Revenge on a bully. This was back in high school. I grew up in a small town. Everyone went through the same elementary and high school. We all kind of knew each other's business to some extent. I had this guy who had been annoying me for a couple years, but it wasn't a lot, mostly because he wasn't the brightest, so it wasn't uncommon that I got him back with a reply that he couldn't answer to. One day, I think it was the 11th grade, he said something rather mean to me, but I answered back, and a bunch of people all laughed at him. He got really red in the face, and then he leaned in real close and said, "Someone ought to RRLP you." Then he walked away with a big grin on his face. That really pissed me off for obvious reasons. I thought about the interaction all day, and after school, I decided what to do about it. I went and told his mom. I went straight to his house and spoke to her about it. Needless to say, she was incredibly shocked by the whole interaction that her son had with me, as well as the fact that he had been making a nuisance of himself at me for some time. She and I were still talking in their living room when he came home from school. She called him into the room, and he looked confused for a split second before he realized what was happening. She asked him if everything I said had been true, which he tried to deny, but she instantly called him on lying to her. The next 10 minutes or so was some of the calmest, sternest dressing down I had ever seen. It was a distinct affair of her disappointment in him behaving that way and saying such things. It concluded with him losing a whole bunch of privileges along with him surrendering his driver's license, which apparently he'd just gotten a couple weeks before. The finish was that he had to write an essay about the error of his ways and that she'd make him do it again and again until he got it right, that his punishments would continue until she was satisfied. He was sent off to his room and she drove me home. My bully never even looked at me again for the rest of high school, let alone spoke to me. I would have liked to have read the various versions of that essay he had to write. I know he didn't get his license back for nearly 6 months.